Are you risking too much? Hi, it's Charlie giving you Tuesday/Wednesday's video. Hope you're very well. This is an interesting one. So, are you risking too much per trade? How do you know if you're risking too much per trade? All right. The the way you know is that you are too attached to the outcome of your trades. If you are really attached to the outcome of your trades, you're trading with too much risk. It's as simple as that. If you can't go to bed at night without waking up in the night thinking about your trades or wanting to check the markets, or if you're wanting to, you can't stop. One person said to me today, looking at their screen every 10 seconds. That's not healthy. It's not a healthy way to trade. So if you're finding that you are too attached, so you can't stop leaving it alone. Now, there's different ways of looking at this. I mean, I'm checking the markets, of course, throughout the day, wherever I might be, but not in that way whereby I'm nervous about a trade or its outcome. If you find yourself nervous about the outcome of your trade, it means that your whole focus is on the end result. And as we know as traders, our focus should be on being the best trader that we can. If we can focus on being the best trader that we can, the end result will take care of itself. So if our focus is on the end result, usually it's because we're a newer trader, but it could also be that we're risking too much per trade. So even if you, for argument's sake, you risk 1% of your trading account per trade, it may still be that that's too much, because especially for newer traders, 1% might still be too rich for them. So cut it down. Forget trying to become a millionaire next week, next year, whatever. Forget that. What you want to be doing is be the best trader that you can be. The money will come once you can trade well. And if you're too attached to the markets and you've got all these emotions, when with every ebb and flow of your trade, oh no, it's going against me now, oh maybe I should bail out, oh my god, what if it becomes a loser? You shouldn't have that emotion. We have to have our emotions, if I bring a pen up, should be like maybe a ripple on a pond. A ripple on a pond. That's what the aim is of our emotions. If your emotions are more like a tidal wave, you've got work to do. All right? And this is what I spend a lot of time on with our traders, is the psychological side of things, to try and get your emotional plane down. And one of the quickest ways to bring it down is to reduce your risk per trade. You may not want to do it because you may be like, no, Charlie, I want to make 5% a month. But you may not be ready to make 5% a month, son or daughter. You may not be ready to make that money just yet. Focus on being the best at executing, the best at managing your trades, the best at analyzing the market, bringing that all together. So then you're not worried about the outcome of of this next trade you're about to take, or sweating about it once you're in it, that every up and down tick that you have, you're finding emotions. That is not the way to trade. And if you're finding yourself feeling like that, drop that risk down. I don't care if you're risking 0.1% of one on each trade. If that's what it takes for you to not care about the outcome in the same way, that you can relax and you can just let the trade do what it does. Because as someone famous once said, if you trade with a small enough amount that the outcome, whether it's a winner or a loser, doesn't overly impact you emotionally, then that's the way to trade. Now, so you drop the risk down per trade, and then gradually over time, as you get better at trading, then you can start to increase it and start to increase your risk, and that you are maybe risking 1% per trade at some point in the future. But right now, you haven't earned the right to do that. Do remember, you have to earn it, earn the right to be that trader. Don't try and force your will onto the market and say, I need to make 5% a month, so therefore I'm going to risk this amount per trade. If you're not ready for it, it's never going to happen for you. Plus, in the meantime, your cortisol levels are going to rise, your stress levels are going to be high. What's the point in that if you're going to end up, stressed from your trading? Trading should not be stressful. If you're following your processes, it should not be stressful. It should be enjoyable. Hope that's given you some food for thought this week. I'll see you on Saturday for the next big one. I've got a big video for you coming on Saturday. So anyway, as always, give us a thumbs up and any comments if you want to add anything to what I've just said there today. As always on these videos, I only usually focus on a couple of bits, and by all means you guys can add any comments you like to any advice you'd give to a trader who is finding themselves staring at their screens a lot. And I'm not talking about telling them to turn the screens off, and I'm not talking about doing back testing to build confidence. I'm talking about, because those are the things that are given, I'm talking about the psychological thing, the things to help our psychology. And yes, building confidence will do that, but they'll only take us so far. We have to constantly be working on that mindset. The quickest thing we can do is drop the risk. What other things can we do to help our mindset? Well, a lot of it is going through the outcomes. Already looking at our trades as to, okay, what if this loses? Going to every trade thinking that this trade could lose, rather than going into every trade thinking about hoping that it's going to win. Going to every trade expecting it to lose. Flip it upside down. All of a sudden then, your mindset has embraced the potential that that trade might be a losing trade. So if it does become a losing trade, you're not getting emotional about it. If it becomes a winner, that's a bonus. Undersell and over deliver. So those are the things that are more important. I could ramble on forever on all this stuff, but those are the things that are more important, sorting your mindset out, than saying I've got to have the best strategy. Because the strategy, as I always say, is only part of the equation. Anyway, by all means, add anything more that you'd like to help with anybody who is finding it stressful getting into trades outside of obviously reducing their position size, and what I've just said there about emotionally looking at your trades and how to look at the wins and losses and embracing those losses. Accept the fact we're going to lose a given percentage of the time, rather than worrying about when this has got to win, this has got to win. Embrace the fact that whatever the percentage of the time, let's say 50% of the time, you're going to be losing. So why are you getting uptight about it? Simple as that. I'll leave you to it. See you on Saturday.